Warning: the following video covers the real-life attempted murder of a young girl. This video contains mature content that is not suitable for younger audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. On May 31st, 2014, two 12-year-old girls, Morgan Geyser and Anissa Wire, would send shockwaves throughout the world and forever change the way we view scary stories on the internet. At the time, Payton, who was also 12 years old, was good friends with both Morgan and Anissa. Neither of the girls had any disciplinary issues at their school and got along fairly well with each other. It was also around this time that both Morgan and Anissa had discovered the infamous creepypasta villain Slenderman. For those who do not know, Slenderman is a fictional entity that has appeared in both scary stories, video games, movies, and other media formats since his initial creation in 2009 on the Something Awful forums. He is a supernatural being seen around the world, described as a tall man with no face or hair, pale skin, and dressed in a black suit, mainly known for stalking his victims, driving them to insanity, and making them question reality around them. His minions are known as the Proxies, humans he has not killed, but who have vowed to serve him in his dark deeds. Quickly, both girls became fascinated by the lore surrounding Slenderman, and eventually grew an obsession with him. An obsession so strong that they believed him to be real. Fearing that the Slenderman was going to kill them and their families, they hatched a plot that could only be described as insidious and sinister. The girls would commit murder, offering their victim as a sacrifice to appease Slenderman in the hopes he would spare their families and take them to live in his mansion and become his newest loyal proxies. For this sacrifice, both girls chose Payton. Morgan and Anissa had initially planned to carry out the killing of Payton on March 30th, 2014, where they would tape her mouth shut, stab her in the neck, and flee the scene, leaving Payton to die. However, both girls decided against this plan, as according to interviews, they felt too tired to do it. They had developed a second plan, to lure Payton to a bathroom in a local park where they would kill her and leave her body to bleed out into a drain on the floor. This plan as well never came to fruition. But as the old saying goes, third time's a charm. The next day, on March 31st, after having a sleepover, the three girls left to venture into a nearby forest in Davids Park, Waukesha, Wisconsin. Payton, under the impression her and her friends were playing a game of hide-and-seek, had no idea what unspeakable event was about to occur. After being pinned to the ground, the two girls stabbed her 19 times in both her arms, legs, and torso, using a 5-inch long kitchen knife. Anissa reportedly told Payton to lay down as the blood would come out slower. The two girls then lied, telling her dying friend that they would get help. In reality, they fled the scene and traveled to a furniture store near Interstate 94. It is at this store where both girls were arrested. In an act that shows the strength of the human will and what would seem to be a miracle, Payton dragged herself through the forest to the side of a nearby highway, where she was found by a cyclist who was passing by. After spending 7 days in a hospital to treat her wounds, she was later released and returned to school the following September. Upon being interrogated by police, Morgan said she felt no empathy for helping to commit the brutal act, whereas Anissa said she felt sorry but knew Payton's death was necessary to protect people from the Slenderman. Inside a notebook at Morgan's home, police found a series of drawings depicting Slenderman, Eyeless Jack, and a list of items that might be needed to carry out the murder. Along with this, Barbie dolls with strange red cuts and symbols carved into them were found throughout her room. Both girls were found not guilty by reason of insanity in 2017. Morgan was sentenced to 40 years of psychiatric evaluation and was to be under communal supervision until age 53. Anissa, on the other hand, was sentenced to 25 years of psychiatric evaluation and was to be under communal supervision until age 37. In 2018, Morgan was sentenced to 40 years in Winnebago Mental Health Institute. and would periodically have a chance to petition for her release. She was the youngest patient ever admitted to that institution. As of now, in 2020, both girls remain locked away and are currently receiving treatment. On August 12, 2014, Governor Scott Walker proclaimed August 13th as Purple Hearts for Healing Day, in which he encouraged people to wear purple hearts in honor of the stabbing victim. Today, Payton is alive and well, and doing what she can to live out a normal life.